Relaxing is something many of us do without thinking. From taking lovely long walks in the park and breathing in fresh country air, to spending time with friends and the people you love. And whether you're enjoying a social occasion or simply taking in the beauty of nature, you may not even realize that what you're doing is actually paramount to your health. From listening to calming music, to reading a good book, or pampering yourself in a luxurious bubble bath, there are literally millions of ways we can find to relax. But surprisingly few of us manage to make winding down a number one priority. There are times when we need to remind ourselves to take time out, and when the danger signs of stress begin to show, it's time to make some changes in your lifestyle. From tips on how to get a good night's sleep, to getting a change of scene without having to move from your desk, this program is packed full of useful ideas on how to unwind. There are even a few pointers on how to use the more alternative therapies, such as shiatsu and reflexology, to relieve tension, as well as advice on how to give your mind a break with a beginner's guide to meditation. While you're watching, it's important to remember if you do have any health concerns about your levels of stress, you need to consult your GP. This program is meant as a guide to help you relax and relieve stress, and is not intended as a substitute for a professional opinion. So if you've put an hour aside to watch 10 easy ways to relax, you're on the right track. And it's now time to sit back and put your feet up so we can begin. There are many things that can make life stressful, from financial strains and problems at work to arguments and commuter chaos. And one of the first steps in learning how to relax is learning how to cope with stress. Not all stress is bad. In fact, you'll find that it's virtually impossible to get through life without it. If you learn to manage stress, it can motivate you to make improvements to your life, spurring you on to a better job, home or relationship. As long as you're enjoying life, what you're probably experiencing is positive stress. But if you find every day is a struggle, you'll need to start thinking about making some changes. When we become anxious, chemicals are released into the body, which can have damaging effects on our health. Stress hormones flood our systems, preparing us for physical action. But although we once used this energy to flee from danger, nowadays we remain static, and this can lead to problems. Digestion slows, muscles tense, and your heart begins to beat more rapidly, and both short and longer-term health problems can be the result. Many of us, after a difficult day at work, will reach for a fix of caffeine, cigarettes, or burn off all that pent-up tension over a pint in the pub. Though a short-term solution, none of these remedies are actually the best way to relax. Even sitting in front of the television is not always doing us much good, as depending on what you're watching, it can actually lead to higher stress levels. Juggling hectic schedules and working under pressure will eventually take its toll on your work and social life. And if you begin finding it harder to concentrate and struggle to remember the last time you laughed, it's time to take action. To begin with, it's important to work out exactly what is causing the stress levels to rise in our lives before attempting to make changes. Whether this means organising those piles of paperwork, making our environment more pleasant, or simply taking time out to focus on our own needs, stopping for a moment to consider where the problem areas lie, we'll be able to focus on what changes can be made to improve the quality of our lives and our health and well-being. Once you've decided which areas need work, it's time to find ways to start to reshape your life, ensuring that relaxation takes priority so that stress becomes a rare visitor. Think about what you'd do today if you didn't have to go to work, look after the kids, or complete that long list of errands. Most of us would opt for a change of scene, and what better way to combat stress than to go on holiday? Having a break from it all is guaranteed to take your mind off the daily slog. And with plenty of cheap airfares to choose from, nowadays it's easy to reach plenty of fabulous locations without overspending. From visiting ancient monuments and exploring relics and ruins, to whiling the hours away on an exotic beach, or simply enjoying the local cuisine, holidays can be wonderfully relaxing and the perfect escape from those daily annoyances that cause stress to build. However, you don't have to go as far as Rome or Paris for a change of scene, and to make your day a little more pleasant, you need look no further than your office desk. Sorting out a chaotic workspace can have huge impact on your life, and you'll find making a few small changes can quickly transform your environment and uplift your mood. The first step is restoring order to the chaos, and if mountains of paper are beginning to get you down, invest in some colourful folders, the brighter the better, and begin to file things away. This will help you feel more organised and in control, as well as making your surroundings look bright and cheerful. Next, give your computer a good clean, especially the keyboard, which actually harbours more bacteria than the average toilet seat. And once everything's looking neat and spotless, you can add those personal touches, which will make all the difference. Photographs of loved ones or happy occasions can be a delightful distraction when work is getting you down, so choose some favourites to put on your desk. You can always go for a beautiful holiday picture that will give you a sense of somewhere lovely to imagine being, as well as bringing back lots of happy memories. And don't forget, a vase filled with bright flowers can cheer up the dreariest of days. And a plant with green foliage will always be soothing for tired eyes. So now you've transformed your workspace, when you feel stress creeping in, just take a break from the computer screen and soak up the calming atmosphere of your new and happier surroundings. And don't just stop at the office desk. To really make an impact on your life, you should make sure your home environment is just as pleasing, if not more so. Can you relax and let the day's stress fall away as you wander about your home? Or does the chaos and clutter weigh on your mind as soon as you step through the front door? Decluttering is a must if you want to really unwind at home. The ancient Japanese knew the importance of creating balance in their environment, and from homes to the workplace and parks and gardens, Feng Shui is still today a popular practice in the Eastern world and is swiftly catching on in the West. The Japanese based their theories on the flow of energy, and if this is obstructed in any way, it's believed to have seriously negative implications for your health and well-being. Even if you're skeptical about the theories behind Feng Shui, there's undoubtedly a lot to be said for decluttering your environment. If it's not useful or beautiful, it needs to go. Target your wardrobe, preparing a bag for the charity shop, for clothes you haven't worn for more than a year. Try and make yourself a rule that unless you throw out something old, you can't buy something new. And yes, that even goes for the garrisons of shoes that are taking up half the hallway. If you can't find a place to put away everything you own, you need to invest in extra storage, which can certainly help to make your environment calm and attractive. You'll be amazed at how much more relaxed you'll feel when everything is in place and those messy, unattractive areas have been targeted. And once you've transformed your home from cluttered chaos to a haven of tranquility, it's time to focus on making yourself a special area where you can escape to relax when you need time out. This could be an entire room, or if you don't have the space, it could be nothing more than an armchair or a cozy corner where you go to read your favourite magazine or delve into a gripping novel. The important thing is that this is an area in your home where you can completely unwind and forget your troubles. And as long as you completely dedicate this area to downtime, you'll find as soon as you step into your little sanctuary, you'll automatically begin to feel calmer. Although a lot of what helps us relax is on the outside, our mental attitude plays a vital part in keeping us calm, and you'll find that a different frame of mind can transform your day from disaster to delight. The power of positive thinking cannot be underestimated, and from meditation techniques and tasks to distract, to simply watching a favourite comedy, you'll find that there are many ways you can improve your outlook on life. Some days it may seem that things are just sent to try us, and paranoia can creep in, leading you to believe that everything and everyone is against you. Instead of taking offence and really turning people against you, why not take out your stress on the kitchen units? It's a well-known fact that cleaning actually relieves tension, and of course with the added benefit of making your home a more pleasant place to be, you've nothing to lose. Repetitive tasks like cleaning, cooking and gardening are great ways to relax, taking your mind off the problems that preoccupy you. And because the activity forces you to focus, it's actually far more beneficial than sitting and watching the television all evening. Doing any activity that makes you a little breathless has the added benefit of releasing serotonin, sometimes known as the happy drug, into the brain, which is why doing any kind of sport is also a great way to release stress. Although the gym is a popular place, for many going for a run or a brisk walk through the park will have just as much benefit, and you'll certainly find that your mood is lighter and more positive on your return. An even more powerful way of focusing the brain is through meditation. It's believed that human beings first learnt to meditate, gazing into the flickering flames of a fire. And meditation is still an integral part of many Eastern religious practices today. In its simplest form, meditation is all about taking a break from the thousands of thoughts that occupy our minds every minute. We often do this automatically by looking out at a beautiful view and enjoying a stunning landscape, or by admiring a beautiful painting or spectacular architecture. Meditating requires that we focus on the here and now, rather than worrying about what the future might bring, or worse still, dwelling upon the past. Many people find that practicing meditation regularly can bring immense benefits to their life, drawing them away from fears and anxieties and helping them to be more in control of their lives. If you find the idea of meditation appealing, you can try it out for yourself with a simple exercise that you can do in the comfort of your own home. Head for that special corner you've made for yourself, and this will be the perfect place for you to meditate. Try sitting cross-legged on a firm cushion on the floor, or if you prefer, sit upright on a chair. Light some candles, make sure you're comfortable, and take a few deep breaths before gently closing your eyes. Let all anxieties slip away and retreat into calm silence. Focus on your breathing and then begin counting each inhalation. If you find that thoughts spring up, dismiss them by saying to yourself, "Not now." You'll be amazed at first how hard it is to get to the count of 10 without a thought interrupting the flow. And it does take real practice to remain without thoughts for long periods of time. But the longer you stay in a meditative state, the greater the benefits will be, and before long, you'll find it easy to concentrate and stay relaxed throughout the day. You don't have to be in your special place to meditate either. And once you've had a bit of practice, you can switch off your thoughts at any time during the day and focus on the task at hand. Meditation is connected to many types of religion, and although you'll find that not all forms of worship are relaxing, there are Eastern practices that clearly demonstrate the benefits of a spiritual approach to life. Buddhism is an ancient tradition which focuses on personal spiritual development rather than worshipping gods or deities. Meditation plays a huge part, and followers can either practice at home or go to Buddhist temples, where you'll often see clouds of smoke rising from the incense sticks, which help eliminate negativity and are thought to be good for the soul. The aim of the Buddhist is to reach a state of enlightenment in which the individual is no longer troubled by suffering, which Buddhists believe is caused by desire. By breaking free of these afflictions, it will be possible to achieve enlightenment and a state of nirvana. Today, the practice is widespread, and you can find plenty of inspiring material on Buddhism if you'd like to know more about this fascinating subject. Through meditation, you can wash your negative thoughts away, but there are other approaches to spirituality that combine physical exercise with focusing the mind. A perfect example of this is yoga, one of the most popular forms of exercise used today, particularly for those who really want to switch off and tune in to their inner mind. Yoga has been a popular Eastern practice for thousands of years and originated in India, where the population has for centuries recognized the benefits of combining physical exercise with mental tranquility. It's always best to try a beginner's class if you're a newcomer to this type of exercise. But if that doesn't fit easily into your busy schedule, there are plenty of DVDs, books and websites available, which can be a great way for you to try out postures and decide whether yoga would suit you. A favourite yogic routine is the salute to the sun, and if you perform this every morning, you'll soon find that even the Monday blues are a thing of the past. By using wonderful stretching exercises, energy flows into relaxed muscles and blood circulates more freely around the body. Positions are generally held for 5 seconds or more so that the body really benefits. But this can vary depending on the type of yoga that you try. Whatever the style, just as with meditation, breathing is an important part of the exercise, and deep steady breaths can help to focus the mind, even when the positions are difficult to hold. The beauty of yoga is that you can do it anywhere, from your own bedroom floor to a tranquil spot in the countryside. And giving your muscles a good stretch is guaranteed to release the tension that has built up during the day. And if you're not keen on the idea of yoga, simple actions such as rotating your shoulders, stretching your neck, and shaking out tension in the fingers will all help you to relax after a hard day at the office. If relieving muscle tension is at the root of your inability to unwind, you might want to delve into the often rather mysterious world of complementary therapies. And what better way to begin than with the ancient Japanese traditional massage, shiatsu. Shiatsu means finger pressure in Japanese, but if you're adventurous enough to book an appointment with a qualified practitioner, you'll find that palms, thumbs, elbows and knees, and even the feet are used to apply this technique over different parts of the body. This is massage with a difference, and as Feng Shui balances the energy in our homes, shiatsu redresses the balance of energy in our bodies. You can even try some simple exercises for yourself. If you're feeling anxious, try pressing the point in the center of your forehead, just above the eyebrows. Place your index finger on the point and then put your middle finger on top of the index finger before pressing firmly for 5 to 7 seconds. You can repeat this 3 to 5 times and you'll find it a wonderful way to stay calm in stressful situations. Touch is a powerful tool to help the body relax, and there are many therapies that can really help you to unwind, and Swedish massage is a firm favourite for tired bodies. It's important to book time out for yourself, as well as making appointments for all those tedious things that you have to do, and a massage session will be money well spent. Swedish massage is great for the circulation, clearing out those lymph nodes and eliminating aches and pains, and is probably one of the most relaxing treats if you need a little indulgence. Reflexology is another alternative therapy that is guaranteed to combat tension by focusing on the feet. And the wonderful thing about this type of massage is that again, you can easily treat yourself. It's thought that this therapy began with the ancient Egyptians, and you'll find that simply holding the foot is instantly calming. And here's a way that you can easily try reflexology out for yourself at home. First, give your feet a good soak in a foot bath. Ideally, the water should be tepid, and you can also put in a few drops of essential oil for added benefit. Aromatherapy can have a powerful impact on the mind, as the molecules of oil are breathed in through the nose, which in turn affect the most ancient part of our brains, the limbic system. This is the part of the mind that governs instinct and memory, and depending on the type of oil you use, aromatherapy can provide impressive results. Peppermint oil is great for tired muscles, so a few drops in your foot bath will give great results. And while you're letting your feet soak up the benefits, why not light an oil burner and add a few drops of cedarwood oil? You'll find it not only adds to your tranquil surrounding, but will also help you to unwind. You'll find a huge range of essential oils to choose from in the world of aromatherapy, which will help a great deal whether you want to boost your self-esteem or simply wind down before bed. Once you've dried your feet and are sitting comfortably in a tranquil part of the house, make small circling movements with your thumb around the entire foot. The theory is that all the nerves in the body connect with those that end in the feet, and each area of the foot corresponds to an area in the body. Applying pressure to these is thought to alleviate an array of ailments and problems. If you find an area that's a little more tender, work on it gently, and you'll soon notice the benefits. Once both feet have had a thorough session, you'll be able to sit back and relax. In fact, you may find it hard to stay awake, which is why it's a good idea to treat yourself to a foot massage before bedtime. Now, although massages, pleasant oils and winding down are a great way to relax for some, many of you may prefer something a little more energetic, and there's nothing like a good dose of lively music to let your hair down and forget about your woes. Research has shown that music has a profound effect on our minds as well as our bodies, and it has been proven to be a powerful aid in combating depression and illnesses. Whether reducing blood pressure or uplifting our mood, music is highly therapeutic, and from the more classical tunes to the latest hit single, you'll find that it plays an important role in helping us unwind. Of course, combine this with dancing and you're on to a winner. Our brainwaves pick up on the beat of the tune we're listening to and fall into sync with the music, so you'll find that a faster beat can bring sharper concentration and alertness, while slower tempos can induce a state of tranquility. And what musician can provide a better dose of stress relief than the great Austrian composer Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart? It's no coincidence that this world-renowned musician was popular with the richest and most powerful members of the Viennese nobility, and since the 18th century, his music has brought delight to listeners across the globe. Close your eyes and, accompanied by one of his beautiful piano concertos, transport yourself to the cobbled streets of Vienna and into a world of complete and utter serenity. Even the tensest among you will find it hard not to be magically whisked away from your everyday toils and troubles, while those mesmerising notes gently calm the nerves. There's no reason to limit your experience of music to only listening, because learning to play an instrument can be an amazingly distressing activity in itself. Not only will this give your motor skills a good shake-up, but it also has its own meditative benefits as you focus on the music and try to get those notes right. And if you want to take up a new instrument, the great thing is, it doesn't matter how old you are. Once you've mastered that first simple piece of music, the sense of achievement you'll feel will be priceless. Whether playing or listening to music, it can have an incredible effect on your mood. So start your morning with a cheerful melody, and you'll greet everyone you meet with a genuine happy smile. Moving on from the joys of music, it's now time to seriously consider how to unwind at the end of the day. And those of you who struggle with getting to sleep at night will be glad to discover that there are plenty of ways to relax before bedtime. Lack of sleep is a real cause of stress, and one of the most important things to remember before you go to bed is to avoid activities that increase your stress levels. Watching the television before you go to sleep, or working late on the computer, can often keep the mind buzzing when it should be winding down for the day. So if possible, try to limit your use of anything with a screen before you go to bed. Also avoid that last cup of coffee or tea, and opt for a chamomile infusion instead. Now, although some will sleep even after an espresso hit, most will struggle to drop off after a dose of caffeine. And for those chocolate lovers amongst you, don't overdo it during the day if you want an early night, as there's a small amount of caffeine in chocolate too. Make sure you do something relaxing before you go to bed, and what could be more calming than a wonderful hot bath? With a few top tips, you'll find yourself creating the most decadent of bath rituals, which can't fail to soothe the mind and body. Just as you've created a calm atmosphere in your special retreat, make the bathroom a shrine of tranquility before you step into the bath. Put candles around the room and make sure there are fresh warm towels set aside. Add to the atmosphere with a few drops of your favourite essential oil simmering away in your oil burner, and have a pot of chamomile tea to hand so you can rehydrate yourself, which will also be an added benefit to help you wind down after a hectic day. Once the bath water's running, add 10 to 15 drops of essential oil, choosing a variety that suits your mood. Lavender is renowned for inducing sleep, but you can also try other oils, such as ylang ylang, to boost your self-esteem, or cedarwood to eliminate stress. You might even prefer to wallow in a bath of bubbles, which, although may not have the aromatherapy effect, will be just as pleasurable. While the bath fills, begin your routine by using a loofah all over the body. As well as removing dead skin cells, this will be a nice massage for tired muscles. And all the time, let the enchantment of the aromas and the sound of running water draw your mind away from the burdens of the day. With the bath suitably filled and at just the right temperature, sink into the warm water and drift into complete and utter tranquility. While you're soaking up the warmth, your body will actually lower its temperature to counteract the heat, and this is what triggers sleep. You can use your time in the bath to practice the meditation techniques discussed earlier, and you can focus on the water rather than your breathing. Use a bowl to ladle water over your body and prevent intruding thoughts from breaking into your haven of serenity by concentrating on the gentle flow. Once the temperature begins to drop, it's time to step into those lovely warm towels and head for bed. And if you're still able to keep your eyes open, resist the temptation to turn on the television and instead read a few pages of your favourite novel, or better still, flick through a light-hearted magazine. After the perfect wind-down routine, you should now have a wonderful and replenishing night's sleep and be ready to face the morning ahead, refreshed and invigorated. With music, massage and meditation, we've looked at some of the more pleasurable ways to relax. But without an organised life, even if you have the most relaxing of bedtime routines, you'll still have trouble combating those niggling anxieties. So now it's time to sort out your life and get practical. We've already looked at the benefits of clearing clutter from your home and work area. So now it's time to work on all those piles of paper lying around that are guaranteed to get you down if you don't do something about them. And here come those colourful files again. Fill one file with bills to be paid and another with everything you haven't got around to dealing with yet. Old bills, bank statements and other important documents can be neatly filed away where you can easily find them if needed. Remember, you should keep bank statements and credit card statements for 2 years. Anything for the tax office, keep for 6 years. And any documents that exceed this time limit can be got rid of. But do remember to use a shredder, as identity theft is a growing problem. If you still have papers lying around, research for your next holiday or interesting articles that you want to keep. Make up files for these too, and any post-its with important phone numbers or addresses need to be written straight into your address or phone book. No more scrabbling around for those contact details you've lost. Once your paperwork is organised, you're guaranteed to feel more in control of your life. So now we can move on to using lists. There's no better way to get things done and combat procrastination than writing a list and crossing off tasks as they're accomplished. Lists are a wonderful reminder of what needs to be done, and it can give you a real sense of achievement to cross off those jobs, whether it's booking your dentist's appointment or cleaning the bathroom. And while we're back on the subject of cleaning, here's how to stop the household chores becoming stressful. There often simply aren't enough hours in the week to go to work, cook dinner, and find space for the housework. Again, organisation is the key. Clean just one area at a time, allocating how long it should take, which will make you work faster and get the task completed as quickly as possible. Also, you can always put on some lively music. Not only will you be creating a neat house full of positive energy, but you'll be de-stressing and enjoying yourself all at the same time. Don't stop at the door either. Apply your organisational skills to the garden too. Perhaps putting up a bird table or feeders, as there's no better way to relax than to watch the birds. Being organised isn't just about the household chores, however, and it's important you dedicate as much energy to leisure time as you do to work. If you're in a relationship, making a date with your partner can be a great way to keep romance alive and ensures you get a chance to really enjoy each other's company. Why not book into that special restaurant you've always been meaning to visit, or have a night out at the theatre? Whichever you opt for, you'll find it a pleasant break from being at home, and it'll put a bit of sparkle back into your love life. As your diary begins to fill up with all this organising, don't forget that you also need to allocate some time just for you. And whether treating yourself to a facial or pursuing the latest high street fashion, taking time to pamper yourself is just as important as finding space for dinner dates and household chores. Going to a beautician can be a great boost if you're feeling stressed and tense. And there are plenty of gorgeous treatments to choose from, which range from pedicures and manicures to a full body massage. A facial can actually be wonderfully relaxing, as all those pressure points in the face are given a gentle massage. And from cleansers and scrubs to masks and moisturisers, the array of treats on offer will have you positively glowing by the end of the session. Taking a trip to the hairdresser can also be a great mental boost, and whether you've decided to have a trim or try out some new styles, giving your hair a bit of attention can work wonders for your self-esteem. If you have straight hair, why not opt for some fun-loving curls? And if you have a special event coming up, ask your hairdresser for advice on a more elegant and sophisticated style, which will catch everyone's eye and make you feel like $1 million. Although there are plenty of treatments on offer to make you feel and look fabulous, you don't actually need to spend a great deal of money to pamper yourself. And if you take the following advice, you'll find yourself looking amazing while feeling utterly rested, all in the space of just one day, and it will cost you next to nothing. Ideally, book yourself a day off work, and when you wake up, remind yourself that this is your day, dedicated to pampering and relaxation. If you don't feel like getting up, roll over and go back to sleep. If you're raring to start the day, however, give your body a really good stretch. It's entirely up to you. Make sure you work on every muscle you can, and this is the perfect opportunity to try out a few easy yoga moves, which is always a great way to wake up. Now, there can be little doubt that we are what we eat, so begin the day with a real boost of vitamin C, which high levels of stress can deplete at an alarming rate. Using a myriad of colourful fruit, indulge in a delicious smoothie or create a glorious fruit salad, which will not only do your body the world of good, but is also a great alternative to caffeine to wake you up first thing. Begin your day by spending time out in the open air. Fresh, clean outdoor air is alive with positive and negatively charged oxygen ions that refresh the cells and improve your sense of well-being. Go for a long walk, take in the scenery, and if you've got pets, this is the perfect opportunity to take the dog for a walk. If you prefer to stay indoors, open the windows so that fresher air pours in. And remember to give your houseplants a bit of a pamper too. Not only are the plants that adorn your living space lovely to look at, but they also filter out toxins, making the air much cleaner, and of course, give us a plentiful supply of oxygen. For lunch, eat light and healthy. It's proven that diet can have an impact on your mental well-being. And having a break from fast food and spending a little time preparing your meal can be as good for your mind as it is for your body. As this is a day dedicated to pampering yourself, however, there's no harm in indulging in a few luxuries along the way. And a glass of wine, or delving into a box of chocolates, can be a just reward for time spent in the kitchen. In the afternoon, curl up on the sofa and indulge yourself with a movie. A good tearjerker is perfect because having a good cry is actually a brilliant way to unwind and has great therapeutic values. After a light and healthy dinner, get an early night. And of course, with all the top tips for unwinding before bedtime that you've already discovered, you'll have no trouble getting a good night's sleep. You'll be amazed at how simply dedicating a day to yourself can replenish energy and make you feel on top of the world. And it really is worth making the time for your day of decadence. So check those diaries and book a date with yourself right now. Now, as we near the end of the programme, we come to the last of our 10 ways to relax, and to one of the most important pieces of advice this programme can offer. To thine own self be true. How many of us spend hours, days and weeks worrying about what other people think of us? It's an unequivocal truth that unless you're truly happy with yourself, and not with what others expect of you, you'll never be able to completely relax. There are many of us out there who are perfectionists, but try and remember that the only person who really worries about how perfect you are is you. And the groundbreaking news is that the world will not fall apart if you slip up. There's no other place that can be more taxing when it comes to that competitive instinct than the workplace. Try and do yourself a favour. If the boss is putting on the pressure, don't overpromise what you can't deliver. Rather than telling people what they want to hear, be realistic, and you'll find when you get that report in early, not only will you impress the boss, but you'll also have prevented the appearance of a few more grey hairs. In the modern world, what we possess and the impression we make on others has been given an extraordinary level of importance. But the truth is, you'll waste precious energy imagining what others think of you, when most people are far too preoccupied with their own lives to be looking too closely at yours. Here's an interesting prayer, which, whether you're religious or not, is well worth considering. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change those that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Be brave. Make your choices based upon what you want, and not what you think will impress your family, friends, colleagues, or even your neighbours. So from your house to your job, and even to your partner, make sure your decisions are made with your happiness in mind. And when you do finally find that partner of your dreams, you'll discover that happily married couples are the least stressed of all the social groups. So even though a wedding may not be the most relaxing of activities, be comforted by the thought that once you've tied the knot, you'll have many happy and wonderfully relaxed years ahead of you. But if marriage isn't for you, don't worry. Just make sure you build up a good social life and have plenty of interests that don't revolve around work. Join classes and learn something new. And whatever you do, make sure it's something that makes you feel happy. Take up a new sport, learn a language, or start dancing lessons. Spend time doing something you love, whether it's fishing on a secluded lake or exploring more exhilarating water sports. You'll find that not only will an activity that inspires you help you to relax, but will also give you the opportunity to make new friends, and in some cases, become closer to the people you already know.
Right, the other thing is, when you're retrieving, slow it down. There's not a ripple on the water.
Our relationships will play a huge part in preventing stress levels rising. So share your life with others, putting time aside to get together with those you love. Sadly, that's all the relaxing we have time for in this programme, but hopefully you'll continue to make it an integral part of your day. Make sure, no matter what is causing your stress levels to rise, that you stop and enjoy life and pay attention to today rather than worrying about tomorrow. Find out what really gives you joy and dedicate a regular place for it in your life. We live in a wonderful world, and although we all suffer from stress in one way or another, relaxation is the perfect antidote, and as you've now seen for yourself, can be achieved with the greatest of ease.